We'll have to figure out who that is when they come round for the first time. But look at the gap. That's a decent gap between Vela and the rest of the field. As yep. And that's 76 in the second place. So Jamie King up into second place. Third place though, it's a good little battle for second and third. Meanwhile, everybody else has made it through cleanly, and the staller has made it through. That is number 31, I believe. So that was Alex. That was Sam Klaus. Sam Klaus stalled off the line on pole. So not a good start for him. But meanwhile, it's Vela, King, Jackson, Anderson, Paul, Philip, Bolton, Clowns, Kinnaird, Fraser versus Neil, Leo, Alistair Kinnaird, Brady, Tuma, Peril, Clowns, and then Howard Taylor and Michael Elms are your race lead positions. And Kiko, you've noticed something quite significant.
Yeah, front three are just breaking away. It's a big battle for fourth though. Who's that making a move? Looks like Keith Bolton might have gone past Tommy Phil. Oh, that's a big move. No, I didn't think so. That was always going to be a little bit tight. He was almost on the white line. Going up the inside there might have been Cameron Hall on Darren Anderson. Not quite making it work, but it's Alex Vela, Jamie King and Ian Jackson out front.
So 13 laps left to run here. And 1.22 seconds, 227 seconds ahead of Jamie King is Alex Vela. So the battle for first isn't really one at the moment. The battle for second is looking good. But look at this, the queue. He's got Tommy Phillip behind him. So Moto Team versus the PB140, which generally seem to be quicker this morning. Is he going to make a late move? Yes, he does. Up the inside, coming into turn 4. Makes it through. What a late move. You've got to have a bit of nerve to do something like that. But he had to take the chance. He's taken it. And now he can make the position. He can start chasing down for fourth and third position. Nonetheless though, the Moto Team bike is looking quite handy there.
Yeah, Sam Close on the inside there, got through.
So he made it 3 positions in 2 laps. That's a great move.
I think that was on Brady Tuma, or it might have been Random Peril, depends how far up he got before that. The lad who stalled is definitely making progress through. But it's still Alex Vela, Jamie King and Ian Jackson who are leading.
So as they make their way,
there's a move there as well at turn 2. Didn't see who that was.
Oh, and that could that be then the PB140? Is it Tommy Phillip? No, it's not. It could be Cameron Hall then, I suspect. So that was 131, which we'll just have to go with.
133 might be Darren Anderson then making that move.
Okay then, so 133, I do apologise, it was Darren Anderson who's made the move. So it's trying to get a little bit closer. The gap now in front is only 1.614. There's a rider off at the top. Yellow flag.
That looks like Sam Close.
Could that be? I think it might be, We'll have to see who comes over the timing line. Keith Bolton has dropped down 1 position, down to 7th. And we've not seen Leo Smith come through yet, so when he comes through we'll start seeing a bigger picture. Over the line he comes now, and over the line, and
Sam Close has gone.
Sam Close, I'm afraid to say, ladies and gentlemen, has bumped it and is out of this race, I believe. So what a shame for him. He's had a bit of a mare in this race after starting on pole position.
Yeah, he was just coming through nicely as well, and that's happened, one thing after another, but he'll be back tomorrow. They've
got hairpin here, just got it onto the curbing effectively, couldn't quite push it out, so that was a position lost. Simon Close now up into 6th place, and expensive Keith Bolton though. So as they all come through once again, 8 laps left to run, and could the gap,
it's down to a second.
Down to a second. I was just about to ask, do you think it could be a tangible battle?
Yeah, because
game's on, boys. That's Keith. That is Bolton. Keith Bolton, who stopped at the exit of turn 1.
Flags out.
Does manage to keep going though, so they'll bring the flags back in.
Yeah, this race, Jamie King is taking 0.2 of a second out of Alex Vela's lead every lap. So with 7 to go, that means that he will catch him. Whether he will pass him, I'm not so sure.
And as we see, of course, Keith Bolton dropping back a whole host of positions, promoting Cameron Hall up into 7th, 8th place for Fraser Kinnaird, Neil Kinnaird up into 9th place. And let's have a brief recap then. At around about the half distance way, Alex Vela just a second ahead of Jamie King and Ian Jackson. Tommy Phillip is in 4th. The first of our Moto Team lots are in 5th place. 6th place Simon Close is, of course.
The gap's come down massively.
0.2 of a second.
0.8 of a second.
And they've got traffic in front of them as well. This is going to be very tight as they come up towards turns 2 and 3.
Vela is really vulnerable here.
He's incredibly vulnerable. Fastest lap by Jamie King. 49.3. That was 8/10 faster than Vella's last lap. So coming up towards the hairpin, is he going to go for the move up the inside? He's having to defend big time.
Yeah, there's a lot of traffic. This is the worst part of the circuit they could catch him on. It's so one line through here. One's gone under him.
Around the outside, that takes commitment, doesn't it?
I think Jamie King's been mired here. There was almost contact.
Big squiggle.
He didn't get through. I don't think he did get through.
No, he did. He got a big tank slapper. He just corrected it, but nonetheless,
Jamie King's gap has been all that time. All the effort he tried to catch the 621,
and he's still behind him. He's going to make
1.6. It's gone up to 1.6. Them back markers have played into Alex Vella's hand massively.
Incredibly big, of course. 1.681 seconds is a massive gap, and we're going to see just how this will pan out. It's not going to really allow Ian Jackson to close in, I imagine, so we're going to have to pay attention as well. We've got a great battle going on for 5th and 6th. Darren Anderson ahead of Simon Clowes. Is he going to make a move up the inside there? Line astern coming through turn number 1. And in fact, no, he can't make it through on this lap. He's going to get the cutback. He's going to go around the outside. 33 goes outside of 133 at turn 2. Going to keep his nose in. We've got a yellow flag. That's Keith Bolton once again. Keith Bolton's stuck.
Bolton's gone again. I think we had this earlier in the actual qualifying.
Yes, we did.
Bolton had the same issue, so persistent
issues.
And I've just seen the gap there. It's only come down by a couple of hundred, so I think Jamie King will not be able to get back on terms with Vella.
But meanwhile, one battle for the race lead. It's a battle in Moto Team between Darren Anderson and Simon Clowes. They're going to go up towards the last two right-handers. He's gone a bit deeper, has to 133 of Darren, which means that they might go line astern. The gap's extended a little bit. Over the line now, 0.5 seconds, but as we saw just a few moments ago, that yellow flag zone really hampered poor old Simon, who got really close. Just much deeper there into the end of turn 1 for Darren, which means he sort of struggles to get the power down a little bit, slows him up towards turn number 3. Can he go for an inside line? Can he looks like he's going to have half a go.
Down to 1.1 between the two leaders. That's come down by half a second. This is not over just yet.
Exactly.
Vella made a mistake at turn 1 as well. He went wide. That's allowed Jamie King just to close in a fraction more.
With just 3 laps to go as well.
Yeah, momentum's with Jamie King once more. This pendulum is swinging between the front two.
And of course, a battle for Moto Team lead as well. Up towards the line, they are line astern once again. The gap's not going to be half a second as it was last lap. It is 0.182. Don't blink or you miss it. But up towards turn number 1. Can he make a move at the inside? He normally goes quite deep. He's going to do the same here. Look at that. He's going to pull to driver's right hand side. Can't quite make it work. He just doesn't get a good enough exit. Getting stuck on the exit at turn number 1 is really helping Darren Anderson. But he goes deep.
0.6.
He's going to go deep into the turn number 3, which means he's going to go around the outside at turn number 4. He's not going to get the outside line. Tries to get a cutback, doesn't quite work. He's going to struggle to do this, but I think he could just take it in just a moment's time.
Yeah, penultimate lap now, and we have got a 0.6 of a second gap and a fastest lap to Jamie King. So Jamie King, like we say, he's right on him. Vella is under attack here. Will he be able to resist it? Look at this. There is no way. Jamie King is all over the place. He's looking on the inside, outside, every which way he can. It's Vella though, still got it. Jamie King is in second. Oh, we got 1 lap to go and 2 corners through turn 8 they come, charging down now towards turn 9. It's all about who's going to get the drive onto this front straight. We got 1 to go here.
And he's gone deep. The issue is, and Jamie King ran very deep coming into the exit of the final corner.
Still down to 0.2 though. There's definitely, Jamie King has definitely got a chance if he can just stick to the rear wheel. He's much better through the tight and twisty stuff. This is where Vella has to build though. Turns 1, 2, 3. He's kind of there. He's not pulled that much out. Now we're into Jamie King territory. Will he be able to topple Alex Vella, who's led this race from start to finish?
But it could just, as you say, change on this very last lap. He goes deep, does Jamie King. That might pay to any attempt. He tries to go a little bit deeper. That's not going to help his run up towards the final 2 corners.
It's close.
He's gone
really
very deep.
He's braked
so much later. I don't think he's going to get to the front of the line, so it is going to be Alex Vella who takes the victory.
What a
here.
race.
And what a great race.
Brilliant race.
Fist in the air. Look at that. He is pleased with that effort.
Alex Vella knows how much that means. The battle for 3rd, I don't think it's much a battle. It looks like it's going to be Ian Jackson, is it?
Yes, it is going to be Jackson. There's a big gap.
Yeah,
I want to keep an eye out. Sorry about this, but I want to keep an eye on this battle for the Moto team lead. They go side by side once again. Darren Anderson has to go to the inside line to try and defend his line. He's going to be very close. They're going to go up almost side by side up to the right-hander, the second last right-hander. He looks at the inside. Unless he gets a fantastic run, he's not going to do anything.
No.
Oh, he looks behind him. He knew he couldn't do it. Yeah, he couldn't do it. He gesticulated in the air.
Congratulations, in order.
And he slowed significantly, but a fantastic win in Moto Team.
What a race.
To Darren Anderson, which means Alex Vella, Darren Anderson are 2 race winners in one here for the first race at the PB114 Moto Team lot.
Excellent. Just round out the full top 10 is Vella, leading 1. King is second, Ian Jackson in third, Tommy Phillip in fourth place, Dan Anderson, Simon Flowers in 6th, Cameron Hall in 7th, Fraser Kinnaird in 8th, Neil Kinnaird in 9th place, Neil Swift in 10th, Alistair Kinnaird in 11th, Brendan Kennel in 12th place. And we get ready now for the next race here at FAB-Racing, live from Tattershall in Lincolnshire. This is
now the official partner series to the BSB. This is Cool Fab Racing. Original and best British championships for mini bikes. This is Cool Fab Racing.
Live from Tattershall in Lincolnshire. And yes, we are live all weekend with live radio coverage on coolfabracing.com, and now testing the Facebook stream with live radio stream as well. Commentators for this next race, Mini GP70 race number 1, is Dan Marr and Kiko Alexander-Giles.
Thank you very much, Lester. And indeed, yes, it is Lincolnshire. We're at Tattershall in Lincolnshire. And the Mini GP70s are now out to entertain us with a 12-lap encounter. Joshua Watley will start on pole position ahead of Jay Abel. Harvey Claridge will start ahead of Brodie Crockford. Callum Beach will start ahead of Jeremy Knight. Louis Randall, I believe, is in 7th place, and Oscar Pinson in 8th. 9th and 10th will be Luke Coggins and Owen Mellor. Jayden Toomer and Elliot Dufton will be in 11th and 12th. They make their way up towards the final parts for the start of the race. Kiko, just your final thoughts?
Yeah, Joshua Watley and Jay Abel had that thrilling battle for pole position in qualifying. It went down to the very last lap. I will be shocked if we do not see some sort of overtake between those two at the front of this race.
It's going to be a stellar race. You're in for a treat, ladies and gentlemen, as they start to grid up. And as we can see and hear, in fact, the wonderful Mini GP70s getting ready for the race start. 12 of them will start this race. and it seems to go it's like anything we've had so far this racing day, then it is going to be fantastic. The green flag is about to be waved, so green flag goes up, Longhold drops the flag. It's side by side between Watley and Abel coming into turn 1, and as you say, it looks like Joshua Watley has taken it. But it's got a reasonable start actually. He's got a good couple of bike lengths coming through turn 2 and 3. Not quite so easy for Jay Abel though, because he's got Harvey Claridge and Brody Crockford coming into turns 4 and 5, and down goes Abel. That's Abel's gone down.
Abel
oh my
wasn't
goodness
able
me.
to do it then. So that's gifted. That is gifted. Joshua Watley, a walk in the park here. He was so much faster than anyone else in qualifying, except Jay Abel. And his main competition's thrown it up the street.
And what a crying shame that is for Jay Abel, because that was going to be another fantastic race. Every single race
we talked it up so much. We thought this was going to be the big one. But they've got 2 races tomorrow. Let's see what's happening. But Watley, look at this. He's got about, a second and a bit over Harvey Claridge.
Seconds.
In all fairness, Harvey Claridge was quite good in qualifying. Wide line there, though. Harvey Claridge was reasonably quick in qualifying and practice. So this isn't over yet. But if form's to go by, and look at the lead he's already got. Watley is pulling away already.
But of course, we've got a fantastic battle between Harvey Claridge and Brody Crockford now for second place. So it makes up all that bit of difference, because they're both going for silverware. They just don't want bronze. They want silver up towards the final couple of corners, the final right-handers. And yes, it is Abel. Jay Abel has
he's got back on
it, and he is. You can sense how angry he has in that bike, because he's pushing like absolutely crazy.
I think he was under pressure from the word go, because Watley got such a good start, and down into turn 4 Abel has looked so much better in that twisty section. He just wants to make up the ground straight away, and he just wasn't able to do it.
A 47.117 there for Joshua Watley. But meanwhile, Louis Rendell has made it up into 5th place ahead of Callum Beach. There's a great battle going on, and it just looks like that Louis Rendell's really a cork in a bottle for 5th place, and just holding up a whole host of bikes. Meanwhile, the second place battle, not much changing. 4th, 5th place doesn't look too bad, but you see there's a big gaggle of bikes from 5th down to 6, 7, 8, 9.
Abel's already gone past Dufton. Abel has already gone past Elliot Dufton for 11th place, so he's definitely got pace. He's definitely going to move up, but he's not going to win. 46.9, a 46.9. It's the fastest lap of the race. If he had done that in qualifying, it still would have put him second, but that is the only rider we have had in the 46s so far in this race. Joshua Watley, we said he would walk it once Abel's gone down, and he is doing just that.
Meanwhile, that looked like, was that a move by Jay Abel on Jaden Toomer as they came through the first corner? So
Crockford was on the grass there as they came out of turn 4 as well,
trying to make every single inch of this race matter. You can see it doesn't matter if he gets onto the grass too much with the green bike on green.
Abel's in 10th. Abel's got past Toomer.
Yep, he did that turn 1. So
that's easy for him. He's got a bit of clear space now. That should give him some quick lap times. Don't be surprised if the fastest lap comes from down the order.
So as we say, up towards the start-finish line, they all stream through now. There's a great battle going on for 8th place between Coggins and Mellor. Of course, Abel has made it up into 10th place and is absolutely flying. He's a second off Watley, but he's still pushing quicker than everyone else to the tune of around about 2 seconds. But Coggins and Mellor coming through the first part of the lap are certainly looking very dicey with each other. As you can see there, the up towards the hairpin as well, the right-handed hairpin. There's a lot more lean going on Mellor's bike as opposed to Coggins' bike, and as you can see up towards the first of the right-handers, has a bit of a sniff up the inside, doesn't quite get it to work, but using his tyres align, it's doing much better, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, these guys have definitely built in confidence. They started the day wet, it went dry for their qualifying, and now they've got that setting now, they've got their rhythm, especially Josh Watley at the front. He has gone off like a scolded cat with this one. And
Crockford has really woken up now. He's closing significantly to the back of Claridge, coming through the second of the left hairpins, which is going to be turn number 7, up towards turn 8, which is a quite tight right-hander, and you can see that, look at that, he can't really turn it in. He's going to struggle. Crockford could really try and take the position. He's got a very good run up to turn 1. Can he make a move up the inside? He goes for a late move. Can he make it through? No, he can't. He was all over the back, but in the end couldn't quite get it stopped. So coming through turn 2, and he does lift off a little bit, I think.
Yeah, Jay Abel's really closed in now. We're going to wait for him to go past the commentary position. Yes, he does. 47.295. He was the second fastest rider on circuit last time around.
And Mellor has now made it up into 8th place ahead of Luke Coggins, what I was mentioning just a few moments ago.
Abel's right with him now in that battle for 8th with Coggins and Mellor.
So around about the half distance here in the first of the Mini GP70 races. And Joshua Watley, a 2.8 second lead, nothing to be sniffed at, but more importantly, we're looking that Jay Abel is now all over the back of Luke Coggins, so he's going to have some people to go and have a bit of a battle with. And in fact, he comes through the exit of turn number 7.
This time.
Not quite going to work for him. He has to lift off.
It's
Wasn't enough room.
This part of the circuit where he caught him is the worst part to catch someone because it's so one line and tight. But Abel's definitely catch someone.
Someone's down at turn number 3. We don't know who that is.
We're waiting for it.
Jaden Toomer's not come through, neither has Elliot Dufton, so we'll let you know as soon as we do. But meanwhile, it's side by side between 16 and 55.
Abel's up to 9.
No, it's not. That's not, because Brody Crockford has somehow made it through. That's dropped for a position for Harvey Claridge, so he's down into 3rd place and almost going to lose 4th. In fact, he does lose 4th place to Jeremy Knight. So all of a sudden,
what has he got?
What's happened to Harvey Claridge?
Claridge has just got it back, I think.
No, he hasn't.
Has he not? Has he not?
I know he has, in fact. I didn't think he did,
no,
but he
it's
did.
all right. Jay Abel is much quicker than the riders ahead of him, I've got to say. 48.1 for him, 48.5 for Owen Mellor ahead of him, so he's 4 tenths of that quicker. There's a side-by-side's gone
Jay
through.
Abel's gone straight through into the braking
so Abel,
zone.
yeah, that's just power and brakes really for him. He's got that sorted out. He's up into 8th place now. He's setting off after 94. Oscar Pinson now for 7th place after his crash early doors.
Exactly, so with half race distance, Joshua Watley still in the lead by 3.5 seconds. Brody Crockford now in 2nd place with Harvey Claridge behind him, but just to Jeremy Knight. Louis Rendell.
Jeremy Knight's got him. Jeremy Knight got him on the exit to turn 8. Sorry to come across you there. Claridge is back into 4th now.
So there we go. Up into 3rd place now for Jeremy Knight. So he did do it. In the end, I thought he did a lap prior. He's done exactly what I thought he did, just a lap later. So Harvey Claridge now down from 2nd to 4th in the space of 2 laps. He's not going to be particularly happy, is he?
No. 4 to go.
4 to go. Not long now. And also moving up, Jay Abel, of course, now up into 8th place ahead of Owen Mellor. So 3:03 now ahead of 1:30. But otherwise, it is interesting as we see Clarence now in 4th place, Louis Randall in 5th, 6th place for Callum Beach, Oscar Pinson in 7th, 8th for Jay Abel, 9th for Owen Mellor, 10th for Luke Coggins, Elliot Dufton in 11th, and I think it's Jaden Toomer who has retired from this race.
Jay Abel's really
fastest lap from Joshua Watley as well.
46.9. He's just knocked a few more hundreds off, but Jay Abel is really stuck in traffic here. Oscar Pinson is in his way, not intentionally, of course. This is for race position. They don't have to move just because they lost the yellow flags. So who's that?
I can't see. If we had,
it's not.
We'll find out.
They're okay. Whoever it is okay. He's up on his feet. He's reached the tyre barrier.
Trying to get the bike out. Trying to get back on it.
I can't see.
But it's
that
Claridge.
Is that Claridge?
It could be Claridge. I think the bike.
Where's the battle? Has the battle gone?
I don't know. You look for that. The bike.
The battle has gone. Harvey Claridge. That's definitely Harvey Claridge is gone. Harvey Claridge is down at turn 1.
But the bike sort of. You must have missed his braking point or something, because the bike had just sort of leapt onto the top. Of the barrier.
Oh, someone's gone straight on. That is.
And that's
Coggins, is it not? Is that
Owen Mellor or is that
one of them?
Or is that
he's not happy. He's not happy. That's definitely a retirement.
I'm not sure. That could be Coggins on the 12. We'll find out in a moment.
It's got no number on it. It's got no number on it, so we can't say who for sure. Jay Abel is into 6th place. What an incredible ride, following a crash on the 4th corner on the first lap. Brilliant stuff.
Great stuff indeed. So with just 2 laps left to go, Owen Mellor's dropped back. So he's getting back going underway though. Whoever was stuck there, we'll find out just a moment for you. But in all this calamity, Louis Rendell up to 4th, 5th for Callum Beach, 6th for Jay Abel, and Owen Mellor, I believe. It was Owen Mellor in the end. But with just 1 lap to go.
Moment for Watley coming out of turn 1. He doesn't want them on the last lap. I tell you, Watley will not be happy if he chucked it up the street now.
He's pushing like crazy, isn't he?
Yeah, and Watley's going to stroll this one down into turn 4. Ignore the second bike behind him. That
Let's
is
hope he
Harvey
doesn't land
Claridge.
control it.
Yeah, that's... Oh, hello. Is that Abel? Was Abel
I think
making a move?
could be Abel making a move up there.
Beach. I think it may well be.
But nonetheless, we've got just a few corners left for Joshua Watley. Comes up towards the final few turns. He's earned this performance. 5.7 seconds. It could have been bigger, but all this crazy racing, we just can't really think it. But he takes the flag,
done it.
and he does it.
Great
Joshua
win.
Watley takes it. Number
Across
7.
the line for second is going to be Crockford. He's just coming out of turn number 9. He's done it. Jeremy Knight will be third as he comes across the line. Louis Rendell, what a ride from him. Spirited ride for fourth. And Callum Beach, I think, is he going to hold off Jay Abel? We're going to tell by the line. I don't think he is. Jay Abel has definitely got him. I thought Beach might have him back. It's Abel who's going to take fifth. Abel gets a top 5 after that
Interesting
mishap.
race.
Yeah, mishap down at turn 4. Great comeback from him. But what about Joshua Watley? 6 seconds. Brilliant.
What a great race that was. But Joshua Watley, the winner, ahead of Brodie Crockford and Jeremy Knight. Louis Rendell took 4th in the end ahead of Jay Abel. Jay Abel taking 6th by just 2.248 of a second.
Fantastic stuff. Thank you very much, Dan Marr and Kiko Alexander Giles. And yes, it was a fantastic race by all accounts, and a lot of action, a lot of surprises going on there in the first race of 3 this weekend for the Cool Fab Racing British Mini Bikes Championship. And it's fantastic to be here for the first time, making their debut at Tattershall in Lincolnshire. It's round 4 in the 2017 championship, and next it is the Pit Bike Open Championship. Race number 1 is coming up.
The original and best British championships for mini bikes. This is Cool Fab Racing. Original and best British championships for mini bikes. This is Cool Fab Racing.
Live from Tattershall, it's round 4 of the championship, and the Pit Bike Open bikes making their way to the grid right now for their first race of the weekend. Our commentators, in place of Alex Raby, who is away for this weekend, get well soon, Alex, who's quite ill, we understand. But in place of Alex, it's the dynamic duo of Dan Marr and Kiko Alexander Giles.
That's very kind of you, Lester.
It's also true.
Yes, I'm not going to deny that. He keeps saying it's our debut. This is a new circuit, isn't it, on the calendar, so does that not make it your debut as well?
Technically, yes.
So we're all debutants.
Yes, and I've never commentated on the Cool Fab before.
So there you go, all 3 of us.
There we are, so there we are, that's what you get.
Exactly. And what you're getting next is the Pit Bike Open race. 10 wonderful entrants here. So, starting on pole position will be Charlie Nesbitt on number 70, ahead of Ryan O'Grady on 40 on the number 49. 30 and 213 Max Cook and John Ansell will be starting 3rd and 4th. 5th place will be James Rose Senior, and 6th will be Blake Ansell on the 13th. So that's 1, 2, 8 and 13 row 3. Moving to 7th and 8th will be 14 Jack Walters and Craig Walker. So 14 and 1, 2, 7, 7th and 8th. 9th and 10th will be 22 Felix Hearn, and 10th will be the 158 Anthony Perrell. So a relatively smaller grid, but not short of action. 12 racing laps in prospect as we get ready for some great racing. And of course, Kiko, these are fantastic to watch this morning in practice and qualifying.
Definitely brilliant. Ryan O'Grady and Charlie Nesbitt of the cream of the class. Charlie Nesbitt, the same Charlie Nesbitt who was the Motostar champion in British Superbikes last year. So pedigree right there. He's off in Spain full time. But Ryan O'Grady has also looked immaculate all through practice and qualifying. So this could be a close one between them two.
Well, of course, there was only 4 tenths between them in qualifying, and there was only a further 2 tenths between O'Grady and Cook. So the top 3 separated by what, 6 tenths of a second? Not that much in the grand scheme of things, is it? So
no.
We move up towards the line, and as Charlie Nesbitt takes his position, we get ready for a start here for the first of the Pit Bike Open races this weekend. And as the flag marshal gets ready to put up the green flag, up it goes. A much longer hold than it's been for most of the racing. Then we go, and that's a decent start by Nesbitt.
Yeah.
That's enough certainly to keep his pole position and translate it into a lead, but it's not a foregone conclusion, because second place, of course, that will be Ryan O'Grady. He's going to follow him all the way as he makes his way up towards turns 3 and 4, up towards the hairpin, the left-handed hairpin for the first time. And O'Grady is very close indeed. The top 4, in fact, breaking away from the rest of the pack, but certainly looks like it's enough to have a 4-way battle for the lead. So through the second of the right-handers, and it looks like the 213. So that's John Ansell, who's having a good old battle with James Rose Senior. And in fact, I believe James Rose has just about made it. But as they come over the line for the first time, it is Ryan O'Grady, in fact, who took the lead ahead of Max Cook, James Rose Senior, John Ansell.
No, I think Nesbitt's transponder. This is what we had this morning, Dan. We had that transponder issue with Nesbitt. He wasn't showing up. Oh, big crash, turn 2.
And
bikes across the circuit. Rider up and okay.
But the bike in the middle of the circuit at turn number 3. So yellow flags at turn 3. Charlie Nesbitt, don't you worry, guys. He is in the lead, but
he's still there. Yeah.
Ryan O'Grady will be in second place.
That
third
might
place
have been James Rose who went down. Not sure on that.
We'll find out in a second. Meanwhile, the battle between 127 and 213. So that is Craig Walker and I think Anthony Perrell. Great battle for them. And on the track we're being
that
told,
could be a
so
red flag.
We'll certainly be cautious coming through turn number 3.
Oh dear, hold your breath there. Through 2 and 3. He lost it on the exit to turn 2.
Who did?
The bike went down. Anthony Perrell, I think it was. He lost it on the exit of turn 2 and it slid across the circuit.
Lots of oil.
We've got waved yellows, but no sign of a red flag. Is it offline oil? I'm not sure.
Well, it could potentially be.
It doesn't matter whether it's offline though. It can just roll in to the racing line. This is what. Oh, I'd rather see a red flag if you ask me.
Luckily we do continue racing. The race control have got it under control, so there's no need to panic. So 22 and 127 are the ones I'm on about. So Felix Hearn and Craig Walker for 7th place, having a great battle, and they are currently being in discussions for race control. But nonetheless, we can see up towards the line now. Great lead battle we've got at the moment, and as they come through the couple of the hairpins, it's a good couple of car lengths or bike lengths. Not really enough to distinguish a clear leader. Well, there's a clear pair of leaders, but obviously the lead we know, and that is going the way of Charlie Nesbitt. 10 laps to go, and Max Cook has actually got the fastest lap, 45.611. Ryan O'Grady's gone even faster, 45.359, and a big jump there from one of the riders going over the big bump at the start finish line. So let's have a look now. 22 and 127 again. That's 7th and 8th. Felix Hearn and Craig Walker up towards the first of the right-handers, turn number 8, and you can just see it looks like 127. Craig Walker's going to get side by side coming through the final corner, and in fact he can't quite make it on that lap. So 22, Felix Hearn does keep his position for the time being. So Kiko, let's just sort of have a bit of a look back. 9 laps left to go. it's all looking quite tasty at the moment, I'd say, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I'm still confused with our timing monitor. It's gone. We've got O'Grady who's leading, and then it's saying Max Cook's in second. But my calculations, and I saw Nesbitt in the paddock earlier, and he was in them. He was in.
Meanwhile, battle for.
Ladders.
That's battle for. I can't quite see where that is, but whoever was behind is Jack Quintel's. Obviously now in. That can't be 5th place because he's just come through. Yeah, I know it's the battle for Hearn and Walker. We've been mentioning it for a few times, but who's going to come through? It is 128. So James Rose Senior has popped up out of nowhere and jumped Felix Hearn and Craig Walker. So they're going very strongly indeed. So he's now up into 7th place, 8th place for Felix Hearn, 9th place for Craig Walker. So it's all going a little bit topsy-turvy, really, isn't it? It's just changing all the time.
I think Nesbitt has retired. I can't see him out on circuit. So it must be O'Grady leading Max Cook, but then why would Max... then again, that gap's probably a bit more accurate.
Nesbitt's in the 70, and the 70 is at the first of the chicane, first of the hairpin, so Nesbitt is out there. It must just be due to a transponder issue.
Yeah, there's definitely some sort of issue going on there.
But we can see, and he is racing there, and he is in the lead of the race on the road. And anyway, as we have a look, we can see, and we can in fact hear the battle, which is for 8th place, is still raging on very nicely indeed between Felix Hearn and Craig Walker, like it has been for the entirety of the race. 6 laps completed by our race leaders.
He's caught in traffic, got through that safely.
He's got through it perfectly fine, and the battle hasn't been affected, so the battle for 8th place is the closest one I can see so far. And as they make their way up towards the final couple of corners, up the inside, is that Anthony Perrell who's now moved up past Craig Walker and Felix Hearn. Over the line they come now, and I'm not sure, maybe not, so as you're trying to keep an eye on what's going on with the race, the battle for 8 is a fantastic one going on at the moment. We have had 7 laps completed, 5 laps left, and of course it is Charlie Nesbitt in the lead of the race ahead of Ryan O'Grady and Matt Cook. John Ansell is coming in 4th place, Blake Ansell in 5th, 6th for Jack Walters, James Rose Senior in 7th, 8th for Felix Hearn, 9th for Craig Walker, 10th for Anthony Perrell, and Charlie Nesbitt, well, still in the lead of the race, isn't he? He's doing very well.
Well, let's hope so. Let's hope it is our transponder issue. That's the mistake. But I think he's still out there. There he is. He's just gone past us there. So he's definitely out there.
He has been out the race. He is in the lead of the race.
45.5 as well from O'Grady. That's a quick lap, isn't it? That's half a second quicker than anyone else. We can't tell you what Nesbitt's doing because he's not actually on our timing monitor.
Nonetheless, we can still see he's out on the circuit, and look at the wheelie that one of the riders just pulled coming over the line. Absolutely fantastic stuff.
There's a bit of a jump on this line as well.
And a good foot in the height of the race, and as everything is just streaming through, now, not got long in this race left to go, and we can see once again that's Felix having to battle very nicely indeed with Craig Walker. They almost go nose to tail, coming up towards the second of the right-handers. The gap's increased a little bit now to a bike length, although he's very wide coming out of it, so Felix Hearn might lose the position out, can't do it in the end though.
Yeah, it's going to be about the run onto the straight. Yeah, I think Felix Hearn's got that sorted out.
He has indeed, and that's a 2:13. So that's John Ansell who's getting about a foot high in the air with his front wheel.
We did have Nesbitt's gone up the top, and now Brady's not.
But nonetheless, and someone's got down. There's two people who've gone down.
Dear, collision.
And they are both moving.
Yeah, one's I think turn 8. That's on the entrance to turn 8.
Turn 8. He's got him up. He's having a word. He's got him in his arm, which is good to see. He's moving him away as far as he can. And they're trying to pick up the bikes and move them out of the way.
So they've got the right ones. But never mind that, or they're not going back on. It looks to me like Nesbitt has got this sewn up. He's just clearing some traffic onto the fourth corner, upright, On the other side into 5th. And just look
Was he
how
flicking his foot?
It's an art. It is an absolute art that Charlie Nesbitt, he did it all last year in the Motorstar. He is just every apex. He's just hitting all his markers right out to the edge of the curb. We're on the last lap.
So you go, last lap. Charlie Nesbitt has jumped by about a good 1.5 foot coming over the jump at the start-finish line. He's just showing off now. I thought he got his left foot flicked up into the air earlier on in this race, but as we head very quickly to the conclusion of this pit bike open race, the first of 3 this weekend, up towards turn number 4, the left-hander turn 5, the next right-hander, he runs as far out to the curbing as he can go. He's just pushing the bike as far as he can. He's got utter confidence in the road and himself in the bike. He's got just a handful of corners left to go. Up towards the final right-hander, lifts off the yellow flag and up towards the final corner. Charlie Nesbitt got to be absolutely pleased with himself. He takes the checkered flag over the line, finger in the air,
just to show off a bit more as well.
Another jump just for certainty. It will be Max Cook who takes second place, or Ryan O'Grady takes second place,
whichever one.
as he was. Max Cook will come over the line. John Ansell will be ahead of Blake Ansell. Felix Hearn side by side meanwhile, coming up towards the final corner, has to sort itself out. But as everyone just comes over to take the checker flag, a great race here finishes with Charlie Nesbitt on.
Felix Hearn got that 5th. Great battle there. Nesbitt takes that win. Max Cook is 2nd, and John Ansell in 3rd. Blake Ansell in 4th. Felix Hearn rounds out the top 5. Craig Walker 6th. Anthony Parrell 7th. And no finishers for Quarters, James Rose Senior and Ryan O'Grady. So 3 non-finishers in that race.
Thank you very much. Kiko Alexander-Giles and Dan Marr brilliantly calling that epic race. And if you're watching the timing on the timing app or online, then you can probably see exactly what we can see in the commentary box as well, i.e. Occasional transponder things going on. Roger Keys popping in to explain.
Charlie has a habit of doing that, suddenly taking a transponder of someone else, so we get a different name when we're looking at it and thinking, that is not Ryan O'Grady, that is Charlie Nesbitt. So we then go, oh my God, and try and sort it. And finally we did.
Excellent, thank you very much. The official explanation from the legend Roger Keys there. Yes, that was Max Cook's. Sorry, that was Charlie Nesbitt. I don't know why I was thinking of Max.
We all keep doing it.
I don't. Yeah, that was basically Charlie Nesbitt's fault.
Great race though. It was a great drive.
Yeah, he know he won. That's all that matters really. It's just nice to know.
Whenever Charlie Nesbitt is in a race, you can guarantee he's either first or first.
It would just be nice for him to tell anybody else that.
Very true. Not give O'Grady them credits.
So you're listening to live Cool Fab Racing British Minibikes Championship action, and we are on to the next race. They're coming thick and fast, and it's race number 1, the penultimate race of the day. AC40 Pros are next.
The original and best British Championships for mini bikes. This is Cool Fab Racing.
Loving stuff here in Lincolnshire. It's Tattershall, and it's round 4. And having caught their breath from the epic action, it's time for another brilliant race. A packed grid here on the start line, and it's once again going to be called by Dan Marr and Kiko Alexander-Giles.
As ever, thank you very much, Lester. The first race of the AC40 Pros for this weekend will see Ollie Walker starting on pole position ahead of James Cook, Dylan Mellor and Eddie O'Shea on the second row, Ryan Hitchcock and Evan Belford. Then it will be Ross Maguire and Johnny Garnes. We'll just wait for the view to cycle back through. We'll have 8 laps in this race.
Eddie O'Shea, your series leader.
Exactly.
And he's starting from the rear end of row 2, so not too far back, but definitely within striking distance. Ollie Walker will be looking to build on that result he had earlier, of course.
Exactly. So as we say, Johnny Garnes will be starting 8th as they go onto the green flag lap now. Emmanuel Brinton in 9th. Josh Bannister will be starting in 10th. Mason Foster and Owen Mellor will be in 11th and 12th. Taylor Stewart Campbell and Mason Johnson will be starting in 13 and 14. 15 and 16 is Sandy Horn and Jack Kirsch. 17th is Troy Jeffrey. 18th is Alexander Merchant. 19th Cameron Saul Evan Pendrell in 20th, and 21st is Max Perry. And that will be your grid as they make their way through the last couple of corners on the green flag lap. The penultimate race here today at Tattershall, and it's been a fantastic day's racing so far, hasn't it?
Been brilliant. We got robbed in that pit bike race, but apart from that, it's still been a thrilling Saturday afternoon, and that's what racing's all about. It's about choosing your rider, who you support. Just a quick one before we get underway here, Dan. Keep your eye out on Road 10. Josh Bannister, young lad, as most of them are, but I know Team WD-40 rather, not reasonably well. I know him quite well, and Brent Gladwin will want his young performer in this to do really well.
Exactly, and as we have an 8-lap race running here, it's going to be a great one to see what goes on, and as they make their way, getting ready for the race start. As the flag marshal walks back to his position, everyone's just getting into position now. Green flag's getting it ready, holds it up just about now. Up goes the flag and drops the flag now. Decent start there by Ollie Walker to make it up towards turn 1 for the first time. He does in fact take first place. Second place, is that going to be James Cook? I do believe so. 44 then will turn up in second place as far as I can see. Meanwhile, they all stream through turns 2 and 3 for the first time. A clean start, but up the inside, I think that was...
It's Ollie Walker's gone backwards. I thought he got the jump into the first turn. I thought he did as well. It's James Cook. James Cook's leading, and that's Eddie O'Shea. Eddie O'Shea's come from 4th. He's into 2nd. Ollie Walker actually had a massive moment coming out of turn 2. He somehow, out of turn 3, sorry, somehow managed to hold it together, but he's back in 3rd, and there's a short gap. Eddie O'Shea has got to close it down. It's James Cook leading at the end of lap 1.
And there we go, the gap. James Cook to Eddie O'Shea, 1.066 seconds. Ollie Walker down into 3rd place. Dylan Mellor
into 2nd. He's just mugged him into 2nd. Eddie O'Shea's back to 3rd.
And there we go then. Ollie Walker back into 2nd place ahead of Eddie O'Shea. Dylan Mellor came over the line in 4th place. 5th place for Evan Belford. 6th for Johnny Garness. 7th for Hitchcock. 8th for Maguire. 9th for Bannister. And Brinton in 10th place. So let's keep a quick look at what's going on in for 2nd place and above. 3rd place now, as Eddie O'Shea dropped back from 2nd into 3rd, but he looks like he's going to lose out to 4th place. In fact, yes, he has. Coming
Dylan
up
Mellor
on the exit of turn number 7 up towards turn number 8, he loses out to Dylan Mellor. So now Eddie O'Shea's gone from 2nd to 4th. Can he lose out 5th place? It looks like he might.
He's going to line him up down the straight though. He's got a good run. Look how close they're side by side, elbow to elbow, and Eddie O'Shea's got him on the run down to turn 1.
And there we go. So Eddie O'Shea back up into 3rd place. Ollie Walker now fastest lap, 50.222, so 0.3 of a second faster than James Cook. The gap is 0.885 of a second.
Visually closing as well. Visually closing.
It is exponentially closing. It's going to be very close by the end of this lap, certainly. So up towards the left, the first of the left hairpins into the right-handed hairpin, and up towards the second left-handed hairpin as well.
Ollie Walker's bike is chattering so much down into these like really tight right-handers. He's left-handers, sorry. He's having a really big job to try and get it stopped, but he's doing well, and he's still closing the gap. They're coming across the line now.
Only 0.2 of a second now, the gap between Cook and Walker. Up towards the first corner. Can they make a move? Not quite. He's going to have to bide his time. He's still got 6 laps to do it, but Eddie O'Shea confirmed up into 3rd place. Meanwhile, Taylor Stewart Campbell, as well as Mason Johnson and Sandy Horn has made positions. Owen Mellor has dropped back into 15th place. Alexander Merchant up to 17th though.
Yeah, Ollie Walker, fastest lap of the race as well. He was around 7 tenths quicker than James Cook.
49.9.
Yeah, that is an incredible lap time, and it shows now. Ollie Walker is all over James Cook. Is he going to make a move? He's lining him up. Not this time. Cook takes a wide sweeping line now out of turn 8, now charging, getting on the power down to 9. They're going to cross the line. It's going to be 5 to go.
And it's also going to be 0.131 of a second. Is he going to make a move on the inside now? He looks like he's having a challenge. Can he do it? he appears in the corner. I think he might have done it. No, in fact, he hasn't, but he did certainly have a good go at the inside.
He has got it. He has got it.
He has got
Ollie
it.
Walker has got it. He's gone through. But will James Cook get a chance to respond? Eddie O'Shea on the outside there of Dylan Mellor. That was a great move. He got past into turn one and took it back. Ollie Walker has not got away at the front. It is still him and James Cook. Oh, O'Shea's going to be marked down into 5. It's almost contact.
Almost
How
contact.
close do
He
you want
loses out.
that?
They're going 3 wide.
Oh, dear me.
Wonderful stuff.
Yeah, Eddie O'Shea lost that. Dylan Mellor's gone through, and waiting in the wings all the time is Evan Belford. What a race. This is a proper scrap for first and second, and a massive gap back to them. Brawl that is in third.
It's like an individual race for third place, exactly, isn't it? So 0.250 of a second between Ollie Walker now into the lead of the race and James Cook. Dylan Mellor ahead of Eddie O'Shea. Ryan Hitchcock down in 7th place, now up against Ross Maguire. Taylor Stewart Campbell again making progress on Sandy Horn. And for the rest of the race, as you can say, it looks like you can see how much James Cook wants to take the position back.
Yeah, James Cook's taking this challenge on. Ollie Walker is not broke clear like we all thought he would. Ollie Walker is under attack, and with 4 to go, soon to be 3, it isn't a done deal. Running wide, Dylan Mellor trying. He's lost a couple of places actually there. He's lost 1 place. Eddie O'Shea is still 3rd. 4th now will be Evan Belford, and Dylan Mellor has dropped back, but he still is there in the hunt for the final podium place. 3 to go as they cross the line. It's Walker and James Cook in 2nd place.
And the gap has actually increased. Hang on, Dylan Mellor's dropped all the way back down to 6th
Dylan
place.
Mellor, yeah, he's made a big mistake. He must have lost it. The momentum he must have lost has cost him for the rest of that lap there. That is a disaster for Dylan Mellor, who was in 3rd for a long time. Eddie O'Shea's got a slight gap over Evan Belford so far. Ollie Walker he's still not broken clear. This is going down to the last lap, barring acts of God. Oh, barring acts of God, what a commentator's curse that is.
And the curse of the commentator strikes.
Ollie Walker has dropped it out of the lead.
And look how angry he is.
He is furious with that, barring acts of God. Well, I do apologise. Ollie Walker, what have I said? What did I do? Ollie Walker, I can only apologise here. I'm in almost tears. James Cook has got an advantage here, and it's massive.
And and I'm not going to say anything.
And you know what that means as well? That means that
he's
battle,
back up. He's back on the bike though.
Oh, it's not going to do anything. That battle for 2nd place now means that there is going to be 2 bikes in that massive group that could get on the podium. That has done Eddie O'Shea's championship a massive load of good.
And Kiko Alexander-Giles, welcome to the world of commentary. You're officially a member now with that.
Unreal.
So James Cook in the lead of the race ahead of Eddie O'Shea, Evan Belford, Johnny Garnes, Dylan Mellor, Ryan Hitchcock, your top 6. Ollie Walker all the way down in 15th position.
I can only apologise for that. I feel so guilty wherever I go.
I think we're going to have to keep that clip and replay that.
Yeah, that's one
getting
for
an exclusive.
that's one for Christmas Day films, isn't it? Anyway, Eddie O'Shea's got this one sorted. I think for 2nd it's going to be a battle for 3rd between Belford and Garnes. Where did Garnes qualify? Garnes has come through.
Dylan Mellor's dropped back. Dylan Mellor's dropped back down to 9th place.
Oh, it's not going well here, but Garnes has come through. He was about 9th on the grid. He started well down the order. If he can get a podium from there, that is a heroic ride.
And in fact, apologies there, but it looks like Dylan Mellor could well lose out to 10th place of Mason Foster.
Yeah, definitely. There's a massive battle there. That's a huge group. Looking on the inside, that was Evan Belford trying to get through past Eddie O'Shea. These 2 have battled before. Belford's
Is
so
he going to make
close.
a move at the inside?
Not there, no. O'Shea's held it really well. There's back markers ahead of him. I don't think they're going to catch him. Coming through turn 8, he will not believe his luck. James Cook, after Ollie Walker's mistake, is going to take the win. James Cook takes it. Brilliant. And who's it going to be for 2nd? It looks like it's going to be Eddie O'Shea. Barring act of God, this time nothing happens. O'Shea,
don't say that again.
Belford, Garnes and Hitchcock are your top 5. It was Maguire in 6th, and I said keep an eye for Josh Bannister. He's just brought that bike in 7th. Brinton 8th, Mellor 9th, and Mason Foster complete your top 10 as quick as that. What a race that was!
That was extraordinary, and as we saw, Eddie O'Shea, Evan Belford, Johnny Garnes, Hitchcock, Maguire and Bannister all covered by a 2.5. What a race that was, 2nd through 7th.
Wow.
Sensational stuff. Kiko Alexander-Giles, thank you very much for that.
I don't think the same will be said from Ollie Walker there, though, will he?
Yeah, you might want to.
I'm going to try and avoid the paddock area on the exit of this place tonight.
We have got the clip of that though, and he'll be mercilessly replayed.
Incredible
at a time and place.
Great racing though, all the way through.
It was fantastic, wasn't it?
But yes, thank you as well to all the comments coming in on the Facebook live stream this afternoon. Hello to Laura Ansell and Peter Ansell as well, and to James Shaw, who says, come on Jay. Laura said, go Blakey, regarding the Ansells. Lots of support for the Ansell says. And lots of other comments coming in from Twitter and whatnot, so do keep the messages of support coming into us, including all day tomorrow as well, because we are here back again online, live radio coverage and on the PA as well, barring any acts of God. Kiko,
don't ever say that again.
I'm never saying that word ever again. I can't believe it.
So barring any acts of God, we will be live.
Dear me.
So yeah, you couldn't make it up.
I couldn't. As I said that, it tucked the front, down he went, and Ollie Walker, well, that's a bit of bad luck, because he went on earlier in the other race. He's had 2 possible race wins, I won't say certain race wins, and they've just slipped away in the last moments. And just what does that guy have to do today? Good job they're back tomorrow, otherwise I think the rest of his weekend may as well be called off.
It's all to make up tomorrow, yes, as you say. So,
and I'm not here tomorrow, so he's guaranteed good luck. So
well, I won't put it that far.
now I've already cursed him. Oh dear. Well, what a good day's racing though, hasn't it? The weather's held off. We had that threat of rain, and we had it this morning, but what an incredible day's racing. If we got robbed in the open bike race, we've certainly had it made up for us.
Do give us a share and a like if you are paying attention to us and tuned in, or press play on our Facebook live stream. Every little does help. We want to raise the awareness and make officially the Cool Fab Racing British Mini Bikes Championship one of the world's biggest on Facebook. That's what we want to do. So Dan Marr,
I was going to say, and you say that Kiko, like that was the end of the day, and of course we've still got an extra special treat for you guys. The final race, the first of the sidecar races for this weekend.
Mick Williams has been on fire for this one all the way through, practice and qualifying, wet or dry. Mick Williams has been your man on the sidecars. He has put a gap of nearly a second between him and Danny Stainer. Those two share the front row, of course. It's Paul Qualters Sr. who's third, with Mick Lee in fourth. Simon Ibbotson is fifth, and Paul Qualters Jr. rounds out row 3, with Adrian Ems and Mark Parker making up 7th and 8th, and your last man making up the sole sidecar on row 5 is John Hosker.
There you go. That is your grid for the final race of the day. Just an 8th lap race to end the day, and if anything's going to go the way that we've seen so far today, then this is going to be an extra special race. So we get ready. The guys are on to their green flag lap then, the final green flag lap of the day, and everyone gets underway.
Let's hope it goes the distance. We've had all races so far safely.
Don't say a thing. Just stop there, because we don't want to put another curse. No. So the curse of Kiko.
We've had a good day's racing, and let's hope that 8 laps is seen through right to the end.
The curse of Kiko, with a capital K on curse, will hopefully not get underway. So as we come round the final parts, the right-hander at the final right-hander went to turn number 5, and then we got another left-handed hairpin at turn 6, which leads on, or turn 7, which leads through a quite long left high-energy area. And Kiko, you've got one final thing to add?
I've been thinking it all day really. This circuit, from where we are anyway, has got elements. I don't know how much you know about this track, of the Losail track in Qatar, especially this.
Oh yes.
Down into here, the 4. That's more or less. That's the hairpin. Then you're up.
Describe it to our listeners.
Yeah, basically, it's got a hairpin around turn 4 here, and at Qatar you've got a hairpin at turn 6. Coming out of where we are at turn 7. Is almost the identical as Qatar at turn, I think it's 11, and a little bit of Woodcote corner going on in that final run to the line. Yes.
So I can agree with you.
You can definitely see that one at least.
I can agree with you there. It's a very tightening, very
flat
powerful,
out as well,
flat out
almost
tightening.
taking the curb with you as you come down the straight as these sidecars line up now.
Exactly. So our final race of the day is about to get underway. Mick Williams and Danny Strainer on the front row of the grid. The sidecars will provide us with some fantastic action to bookend our Saturday running. And as the number 52 lines up at the back, or the 127 lines up at the back, John Hosker. Green flag up, green flag drops, here we go, that's a decent start. The two front row men get away perfectly fine, and it's Mick Williams who will take the lead coming into turn 1 for the first time. Danny Strainer is not going to give him much of a choice. Meanwhile, the midfield battle looking fantastic as well. Up towards turn 3 for the first time, the right-hander up towards the hairpin. Can it be a late move coming up the inside of Danny Strainer? No, he doesn't. And it means that we get a decent run. Mick Lee in the 144 will continue on his good run.
Someone running wide there.
And that was actually John Hosker, who's now got past.
Oh, John Hosker's
Mark
made a place
Parker.
up as well. He'd made a place up as well.
And it's all over the back of the 127. So, yeah, so the 127 and John Hosker has moved up on Mark Parks as they come over the line for the first time out of 8. Or 5, actually, Mick told us a 5-lap race.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's come down.
Yeah, so Mick Williams will be in the lead of the race, 0.665 of a second ahead of Paul Coulters Sr. 4th place is Mick Lee, 5th place is Simon Ibbotson, 6th place is now Adrian Ems, who has got past Paul Coulters, and it's actually John Hosker who does remain in 9th and last behind Mark Parker, despite the fact we thought he'd made it through. So as we make our way up towards turn number 5 and 6 again,
still Williams and Stainer, they're just keeping enough distance. I don't think Stainer is going to be able to challenge. The gap is already 0.6.
And between Adrian Ems and Paul Coulters Jr., it looks like a good battle. The John Hosker has slowed up significantly now compared to how they were running earlier, so maybe their issues that they had earlier are struggling. 52.546 for Mick Williams, who has got 1.336 seconds on Danny Strainer.
Yeah, fastest lap of the race as well by your leaders.
And Paul Coulters Sr. on the 25 sidecar, having to defend quite vigorously for Mick Lee. 0.657 of a second is the gap between 3rd and 4th place. Simon Ibbotson 5.6 behind, 5.8 behind. He's got Adrian Ems right behind him as well. So battles all down the field with 1 lap completed and 4 to go, and is still bouncing around that left front fairing on the 127.
Prominent earlier as well. They pulled in because of that. I'm just wondering if there's something else going on.
Meanwhile, up at the hairpin, we can see the battle between Adrian Ems and Paul Coulters Jr. A great battle going on, and they're going to go side by side coming through turn number 7. He has to lift out of it though.
There was no way that's going to work.
So Adrian Ems is Adrian Ems obviously then has to make sure that he doesn't make contact. And we've got I'll leave you to your little fan there. You'll have to read that one out, Kiko.
Yes, Gary Howard of Sunbury-on-Thames there. Hello, Gary. I can see you commentating there. Commenting even. I'm commentating. But now out front at the moment, I can't see Mick Williams being beaten. I've said it before, but he's got 1.5 seconds over the rest of the field, and with 3 laps to go, it's looking ominous. And
of course, Ems has now moved up into 5th place ahead of Simon Ibbotson. So we've got a 1.5 second gap between Mick Williams and Danny Strainer for 1st and 2nd, but 5th and 6th is Adrian Ems and Simon Ibbotson. Strainer. Sorry, I've been saying Strainer all day, it appears, and now Mick Lee has moved up into 3rd place.
Good from him. Qualified 4th. He's gone up a place there.
At the expense of Paul Coulters
Very
Sr.
slow lap times though. If you're not in the top 2, I mean, last time round Stainer was quicker, but apart from that, you're looking at 54.2s, 54.8s as your fastest lap times, which is over a second off your leaders.
But of course, unlike many of the categories you've got running here this weekend, these are homemade, hand-built. So
tell you what, that gap has come down. What am I on about here?
1.2 seconds out.
The gap has come down, and it's really close through that twisty section. It's visually closing.
Yes, of course, and of course these sidecars are made hand-built and homemade. So
Custom.
Of course your manufacturing skill and your engineering skill plays as much into this as much your riding skill. So That's what makes it interesting. The gap's come down. Well, it's in fact increased, as we were saying. 1.5 seconds out. We've lost John Hosker.
Hosker's gone, yeah.
So he's only completed one lap.
Unlucky
so 1 lap
for
to
him.
go. And Mick Williams in the lead by 1.5 seconds. Close between Mickley and Paul Coulter Senior, though, 0.997 seconds.
Yeah, well, 1 lap to go, though. I can't see it. See, it just closes up. It concertinas together through this twisty stuff.
And it is visually going, so I don't think it's going to be 1.5 seconds.
I think, do you know what? I think Danny Stainer, no matter how close he's going to get, isn't going to try. He's going to take the points. There's no passing places left.
No.
He's going to take the points for second place. It's going to be a Mick Williams victory. He's been on it all through practice and all through qualifying. Coming through the final corner, Mick Williams takes the victory for the first sidecar race here. Danny Stainer will be second, and I think, I'm not going to say
it's going to be Mickley. Mickley is ahead.
Mickley is ahead. The 44 there, 144 of Mickley even, is going to beat Paul Walters Senior into fourth. And Adrian Ems, who qualified 7th, the number 76, is going to be 5th. And he's going to have a big gap in front of him and a reasonable gap behind him.
Exactly. It's been a great race from those guys. So Adrian Ems over the line now to take 5th place ahead of Simon Ibbotson in 6th. Paul Coulters Jr. will come over the line to finish 7th, and Mark Parker is our last man running out in 8th place.
Excellent stuff. Thank you very much, Dan Marr and Kiko Alexander Giles, talking us through the first of 3 mini F1 sidecar races this weekend, and to calling all of the races, in fact, and the qualifying today on the first day of running, the official running here at round 4 at Tattershall in Lincolnshire. For the Cool Fab Racing British Mini Bikes Championship. Thank you very much to everyone who's been part of making the event happen so far, and we will continue to do so all day tomorrow on Sunday, because we will return with more brilliant action, 2 more races from all of the classes here at Tattershall, and thank you very much to everyone who has tuned in, listened live and watched on Facebook as well, on the Cool Fab Racing Facebook page. And thank you, a personal thank you to yourselves as well, Dan Marr and Kiko, for filling in at the very, very last moment for a very unfortunately sick Alex Raby.
Yeah, been a pleasure today. Nice crowd as well for a Saturday. I thought there's enough people on that bank, and I tell you what, it dwarfs the World Superbike crowd, and that's well, no, it's not saying a lot, is it? But we'll save that for another day. I'm not going to get you started, Lester, don't worry. But no, it's been a great day. Weather's held up nicely, some great racing. Unfortunately, some commentary curses on my behalf. I'm not going to go any further on that.
You'll never live that down. Do not worry.
I'm not going to. I won't be here tomorrow. On Sunday, I'll be at home, but I'll be tuning in throughout the day. Join Dan and join Lester for what's going to be, I think, if anything's to go by, twice as much action tomorrow.
Indeed, Dan.
Exactly. Well, thank you very much, Kiko Alexander Giles, for coming to join me in the commentary box. It's been great. It's been nice to have someone else to come and call the action with, and you'll be having the pleasure of myself, Dan Marr, and Lester Forbes in the commentary box tomorrow for another very full day of commentary. So thank you very much, Kiko, for joining me, and I do hope to see you in a commentary box soon. I think
let's hope so.
We're all the lost without you tomorrow, but we'll look forward to having you tuning in and telling me how wrong I am when I call something. So thank you very much, mate. But
I think Dan, once again we at Cool Fab Racing have found another commentating star.
Yes.
I don't mean to, toot my own horn, but
no, you have.
No, well,
certainly.
I don't know if he's going to be listening right now, but Tom Brooks obviously is Dan drops a pen. If you heard that clonk in the background,
let's not mention that.
But no, Tom Brooks obviously going off and commentating for Dorn and doing his voiceovers and really getting on as well. Get on well with Tom, and he's doing really well out there. So let's hope that not just me, but all the riders out on track can make progress up onto international level and whatever. And that's what this series is all about. It's about a production line for British talent, whether it be in media, photography, or out on circuit in racing.
Fantastic stuff. Kiko Alexander Giles, yes, I suppose you would be welcome back if you care to come back again. It seems like you've both enjoyed it. But that is the end of the day here at Tattershall. Join us again first thing in the morning for more live action online on coolfabracing.com and on Facebook.
the original and best British championships for mini bikes. This is Cool Fab Racing.